Good morning, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. So, we were discussing about how to create a data warehousing. Yesterday, we spoken about how to perform dimension modeling and how to identify dimension tables and factor tables. The difference between both also we understood, right? So factor tables will have the foreign keys and more numerical values where you are going to be performing aggregations on the data, and dimension tables where you will have primary keys, and you're going to be having more textual data where we apply slicing and dicing, filtering and grouping on the dimension tables. Now today, if you wanted to deal with or if you wanted to create a fresh data warehousing project for Amazon, so what are the things that you need to, taken care, and how to create a fresh data warehouse for Amazon project, right? So OLTP data has to be loaded to the data warehousing, right? So we have OLTP database, right? So OLTP database where you have a customer table, category table, you have a product table, you have a sales table. All the data is going to go to the staging first. From the staging, the data is going to go to the data warehousing. So if you wanted to design a data warehouse, if you wanted to design a data warehouse, so what are the things that you have to know, and how to load the data from OLTP to staging also we have to discuss today. Now let me quickly go back and tell you uh, Amazon OLTP scripts. I think I did not give it, but today I will be able to give. So now you should have Amazon OLTP database with you. So that is there, right? So this is my OLTP database. So I will give you these scripts so that you will be able to get this. Okay. Let me share the scripts right away. Let me right click on this and get the link. Okay. So copy the link. Using this link, you should be able to, download these scripts, guys. Okay. Now, I have given you the link in the chat window. Make sure download these scripts. Okay. What is the script you need to execute? First, OLTP script, right? So in the OLTP, when you execute it, it's going to be creating a Amazon database and a category master, and you have a product master, and it's going to be inserting the data there. And after that you can simply close it. Now we need to say use Amazon, okay, and go and see whether you have data or not. Select star from what is the first table. First table is called uh, customer master, category master, whatever it is, all the tables. Let me have it. I have this data, 60 rows are available. Let me copy this, Control C and Control V. The next table is called product master. So it is also having data. The next table, category master, simply drag and drop this and remove, or if you want to keep, you can keep, that is your wish. Now remove this brackets. So this is also having some data. Now the next table, we can have a sales table, right? If you wanted to create a data warehouse, so what is that you need to have? So because we are now planning to design a data warehouse, okay? So first, data warehouse designing has to be done with the help of dimensional modeling, right? So to design a data warehouse, first you have to study, okay? Study. What is that I need to study? I need to study existing OLTP database and its tables. అర్థమవుతుందా? So I need to study this one. So when I study, I am able to find out these, and I should know what are the primary key and foreign key relationships. So I have to go here and see how the tables are linked. So I need to understand not only the tables data and I have to know how the primary key and foreign key link. Sales table directly linked to product master, this linked to this one, but this table is linked to this one. This category ID became a foreign key. So this is how you should be able to understand. One table is linking to this, right? So this primary key, this foreign key, this primary key, the foreign key here. So I'm able to understand. And what are the columns you have? Category ID, category name, all these things you have to know it. In the customer table, what is that you have? The each and everything you have to know. Customer name and customer city, and you may have complete address as well, but I did not store it because without address we cannot send the product through courier, right? So assume that there's an address as well. I did not include because I don't have so many addresses. I did not include. It is my laziness, right? Otherwise it is going to be having your address. So the categories, what are the categories you have? And 101, and in the product master, so which is belong to 101 category. What is the meaning? 101 means what is the category that you have to know. The category calls comes under stationery. So lot of categories: laptops, grocery, pet food, books, sports, toys, clothing, electronics, lot of things are available. Now all the tables are having the data. Clear? Now if you wanted to get Amazon data, so this will be available in one more machine, right? So we are going to get one more machine. Clear? So remember, so how the data in the real time? So in the real time, you will be having a OLTP database in one machine. అర్థమవుతుందా? So in this, they are creating a database called Amazon. So this Amazon database is linked to a website. Clear? A front-end apps are linked to this. Okay. Front-end apps means any app, Android app or websites, everything is linked. Using a apps only, the end users are going to buy a product. Kada? So if you wanted to buy a product, what you need to do? You have to go to this app. You are going to be using a website or Android app of Amazon company, and you wanted to insert the data or you wanted to update. You would like to give the new address, you would like to update your phone number, you wanted to update lot of things. So this is apps. App could be your Android app or maybe website, .NET application or Java application, maybe Angular JS application, some application using which the end users are connected. Clear? So end users are connected. So there is a machine. Which machine it is? Which is OLTP. OLTP stands for always database only, which may be SQL machine, or SQL means SQL, Oracle, maybe anything, or it may be Teradata machine, or maybe DB2 machine, some RDBMS computer. So where you're storing the data, right? Now, after that, when you wanted to implement a data warehousing or BI intelligence, what normally we do? We buy one more hardware. We buy one more bigger hardware. In the hardware, what is that you need to install? Hardware plus operating system you have to install, plus antivirus, whatever you would like to have. Lot of patches, this one, that one. Plus you should have SQL Server or Oracle. Some RDBMS need to be installed. Clear? So this machine is called as a bigger hardware. Hardware is very, very big. So bigger hardware, large amount of hardware you're going to be having. So the OLTP machine configuration may be it is having 1 terabyte of data, maybe some 10 GB of RAM, right? Any new processor that they're going to be having. Clear? Any processor, but it has to be fast enough so that it can handle the data. But in this, the hardware is too big. They'll have 100 terabyte of hard disk, 1000 or 100 GB of RAM, and multiple processors they can have it. It is a bigger hardware where SQL Server is installed. In this, normally we create two databases. One database is called as, okay, in this one database we're going to be creating, that is called Amazon Stage database. Stage and the temporary. Clear? And from this database to this database again, I wanted to load the data. So these maybe 100% these two databases will be available in a single machine, and from here to here the data will go within the server, right? So the next database is called as a uh, Amazon data warehousing database. Clear? In this machine only, in this machine only, we are going to be also putting your SSIS packages. Remember, where the SSIS packages are going to be created, all the SSIS packages are going to be created. Not only SSIS, let me draw like this. You have SSIS, and we will have a lot of cubes. Everything are going to be listed in this only. On this data warehouse, we create a cubes as well. So all the cubes, everything will be developed in which in the data warehousing server only, with the SQL server or Oracle is running. So in that machine, you have everything is installed. Clear? So that's what you got to understand. Okay. Now you may have, this is what is called SSIS packages, all the packages that you're developing, that you have to dump it into, this is a production servers, production OLTP server, production data warehousing server, where you have staging database and Amazon DW database. If you have ODS also, in between ODS also will be there. So we have one ETL package is here. This is where the ETL is going to happen, right? So this is the place. So the first ETLs are going to be getting the data. So Amazon from OLTP to staging the data comes. This is phase number one. Okay, first phase. Phase number one, where the data will get loaded. So source database to staging. So phase number two is here. Here also we're going to be having uh, this. Okay, this is the place where we're again performing ETL operations. Clear? So always from Amazon, if you have Amazon is having 100 GB of data, the full data is going to come here. So how the data is going to come? It is always, we are going to be in the phase number one, we truncate the data, truncate and delete and load the data into the staging. In the phase number one, how do you load the data is one more interview question. Okay. So from Amazon to Amazon stage, when the data comes, that is the first ETL. If you have thousands of tables, what kind of a tables you'll have? Master tables and transactional tables. All the data you're going to be getting here. And in this, we clean, right? Out of 100 GB of data, the cleaned data. So 90 GB is the cleaned, or 98 GB is the cleaned data. Remaining data will be given to the customer, or you customer say, I don't need the bad data, you delete it, they will delete it. Clear? So this is the first month data these people got loaded. For example, you think about in the January 2021, the server is got implemented, right? So what will happen? Jan data, it is gone there. Jan data, it is gone here. 98 GB. So the 100 GB data is here. Out of this 100 GB went there, but 98, 2 GB is gone. So next month what happens? So you may get one more 100 GB of data, February. Clear? So when you get one more, so let us say February 2021, you got 120 GB of data. So 120 GB of data will be here. So this time you delete all the data from here. You delete all the data from here. So you load 120 GB of data in the staging. Staging and temporary. You'd never, nobody is going to be keeping the data. 120 GB of data next month sales, right? So out of that, you are going to be having, let us say, let us say 110 is a clean data, remaining data is gone. So February month data also came in. Clear? February month data also came in. So you have 2 months data here. You have also 2 months data. Current month data is here. So next month March starts. Okay. So 2021 March sales, let us say 100 GB, 200 GB. March data, let us say some 90 GB. The sales is very, very less. 90 GB data, we got it. So again, what happens? The complete data will get deleted. Now 90 GB. So staging is replica of source. Remember, So as it is, we get the data. We don't clean while getting the data. So we dump as it is, truncate and do the full loading. Then we clean it. The cleaned data maybe 87 GB went here. So remaining data, so they will give it to the customers if they need it. So they will take one Excel sheet and they give the data in Excel sheet. Otherwise, they will not give any data. The customer, does not need means. So they'll delete. Now it is also gone. Then April starts. When the April starts, according to the business, the OLTP should maintain only 3 months data. OLTP should maintain what? 3 months data. Now April starts. When the April starts, April is also got over. So when the April starts 2021, so once the April is over, right? So what they do, they delete. Who means the production people are going to be deleting 1 month data from here. Clear? So April month data, maybe you have 100 GB of data. So again, the sales is 100 GB in the April month. So that data is going to be maintaining. So you'll have Jan, Feb, March, right? So all the data is going to be there. March, then April data also comes. So you are going to be having all the data, but in this, we are going to be having last 3 months data. Again, the after April, May comes. Okay, when the May is over, so because the last 3 months data or last 6 months data or last 1 year's data they wanted to maintain, so they'll have starting to ending all the data here, but this data is not what is called as a complete 6 months or 7 months data. Last 3-4 months data or 1 year data will be there. Clear? So when they delete, I'm saying you delete 1 month data. When I'm saying delete the data, what data will get deleted from this side? You will have a two types of a tables, right? What are the tables we have? We have a table called what kind of a tables we have in this? We have a table called customer table. Can I delete customer data? We have a product table. Can I delete a product data? So can I delete it? If I delete it, it is not going to work, right? So I cannot delete customer data, product data, and I have a categories. So what are the categories of the product? What data I cannot delete? So even though I'm deleting the data, what data will not be deleted? Remember, the master table data will not be deleted. If you delete the data, so January products will not be shown in February. February products will not be shown in March because every month the products will not change. Every month the customers will not change. I'll register now. If somebody deletes after 3 months my data in the OLTP, can I log in and buy the products? What data will not be deleted? So customers may be 100 million customers or 50, 45 million customers. The same data will be maintained. Products may be how many products? Maybe 20K products. Categories of approximately 30 rows. Clear? So customer data, product data, category data will not be deleted. Never in the OLTP. But what? So every month the sales is going on. Sales table you have. Okay. In that first month you have a 50 million transaction. Second month you have 100 million transaction. Next month you have a 200 million transaction. So we are going to delete always which month data we are going to be deleting. For example, I have 2 months data. I would like to keep only 2 months data. When the third month starts, this data gets deleted. This data gets deleted. And so you will have, so all this are going to be occupying only, let us say 10 GB of space. Only this guy is going to be occupying, let us say 80 or 90 GB of space out of 100. Clear? So if I delete what is the data normally people are going to be deleting? Not the master tables data. They delete the sales data. Clear? Sales data only will be deleted. They never delete the customer data. They never delete any master tables data. That is one point you need to know. Clear? So you may have 10 rows in the customer table. Tomorrow you may have a 12 rows. Day after tomorrow you may have a 13 rows. Day after tomorrow the phone number changes, right? Or the address changes. What data is going to be modified? Always master tables data will get modified. Can we modify the sales data? For example, I paid 1,000 rupees today and bought a product. Tomorrow, can I go and no, it is not 1,000. I wanted to make it to 1,200. Can we modify any data in the sales table? No. Sales table is always a read only, no modifications. Only insert. At the motunda, no updations are going to be happening in the sales table. Either you buy a product, and if you wanted to return a product, there will be one more entry in the sales table, so saying that this amount is refunded. That's it. So there is a positive entry 1,000 rupees, there is a negative entry 1,000 rupees. When there is a negative entry, the product got returned. అర్థమవుతుంది. So there is no delete will not happen, only insert in the sales table. But in the OLTP, in the master tables, you can insert the data, you can update the data, but deleting cannot happen, but inserting can be done. You can register and you can update your phone number, email address, your new address, your name you can change, a lot of phone number you can change. So lot of inserts and updates are going to happen. Clear? So whenever you load the data, you will have master tables and transactional tables. You assume first you have loaded in the January month, you got some 100 rows in which table? In the customer table, right? So, and the later you have some 105, 5 more customers got. So first you have 100 rows here. Okay. And later you got some 5 rows got added because we are not deleting the data. So you wanted to get only those 5 rows, but next time again, you will get 100 rows and 5 more rows got added. New customers got registered. So in the March or February month, you will get 105 rows. In the 105 rows, you have already 100 rows. Okay. 100 rows, maybe 20 people have updated their phone numbers. 2 people had and added the new addresses. And 5 people are new people. So you will get a complete data here. From here to here, what is it we should do? We have to perform incremental loading. For which table? Incremental loading for the master tables. Incremental loading we have to implement to the dimension tables. What is the dimension table we have? We have a dim customer table. We have a dim, product table, right? We have a dim category table. Clear? Because category may be added, 2 more categories. Some more products got added, some more products got deleted. Lot of things can happen, right? So when you're getting the data, so which tables are data getting modified? The data is being modified always in the master tables only. These tables data will get modified. Sales data where no modification, only insertions. Clear? And we never delete the data from here. If you don't delete the data, if you have 100 rows, tomorrow it will become 105 rows. So you delete this data again, next month you will get 110 rows. So you have to perform incremental loading to from staging to the data warehousing. Clear? So incremental loading will not be done in the phasing. First phase level, what normally we do? We complete the truncate and load. You will have old data, new data will come. From here to here, when we load it, we should not, take the existing data. We have to perform incremental loading. Updated rows will get updated. Inserted data will get inserted. Clear? So that is how the things would happen. So incremental loading is to be implemented only to the which one? Dimension table, not to the factor tables. Why factor tables? Because the factor tables always always we will have. For example, this month is over, you load the data, you delete the data. So that is one thing. Or sometimes what happens, we will keep the data. So in the keep the data in this table, no updations are going to come first. Okay. So last month data you can easily perform. How to get the last month data? For example, I have some data here. Okay. So every month I'm loading the data into the data warehousing. How do you get last month data? For example, I'm in December. How do you get the last month data? To get the last month data, we have to say where there is a sale date. Last month means November. How do you get last month data? So there is a query date diff what is the column name? Sale date. and get date. The difference is equals to 1 month. అర్థమవుతుందా? You will be able to get a last month data. So I don't have any last month data, but if at all you have last month data, you should be able to get last month data. In the next month, last month will be December month. Okay. So if you wanted to get every 1 month data, because this is last month means November month data. In the November, they would have run the same query. They will get October data. Clear? So how to identify last month data? This is the query you will have. Because of the sale date table, we will be able to get date column will be there. In this, we normally we don't get any date column. Do we have any date column to identify how many people have inserted, how many people have updated? Because in this table, no updations. I told you, right? So you will not be able to go to last month transactions and say, I wanted to update my. What is that my? You cannot do anything. What is that? Columns will have in this. The columns are, you cannot update these columns. Customer ID, product ID, sale date, quantity sold, sales amount and delivery date. Can you modify anything here? You cannot modify. So no updations are going to come. So what is that I would like to take? I would like to take last month data. This is what is called, last month data you're going to be having and exporting. So this is what is called it is not incremental loading. Incremental loading means inserted data has to be inserted, updated data has to be updated, and you compare all these things need to do. We are not comparing anything. We are not comparing, and this data also wouldn't have been loaded. This data wouldn't have been loaded because this is the last month data. This month will go. This month data, next month will go. So this is the query. We are going to be using a one date and time column. So using that, you should be able to get last month data and you will be able to have it. So for this table, we are going to be having incremental loading. For this table, we are going to be performing incremental loading. For this table, we are going to be performing incremental loading. For this table, we use this kind of a query, we get last month data. Or sometimes what they do it, sometimes they dump complete data, then immediately they delete the data here. Okay, so there is no data in the sales table. If that is the case, this query also need not be written. This query also need not be written. Okay, so this query is also waste because every time they're loading the data here. As soon as they load the data here and the data is gone, for example, you have 15 million transactions have happened. They load 50 million data here. When it is matching, then delete the data. So next month again, this will be fresh transactions. Clear? So every month they're loading, they're keeping only 1 month data, not 3 months data. So you assume like this. If they're storing only 1 month data, 1 month end is over. They load the data, they delete everything. It is for a complete data. Again, next month you need to take it. It is always a full loading. Many times it is a full loading. Clear? So you take it to complete data, full loading, or you can have some kind of a partial loading. You take last month data, you're going to be dumping it, but it is not, because if you wanted to implement incremental loading, you should have a primary key here. So there need not be a primary key in this table. You will have a foreign key in this table, right? So these tables will have completely foreign keys. There's no primary key in this table, right? If you wanted to implement incremental loading, definitely you need to have a primary key. So in this, you have a primary key. What is the primary key? Primary key in this table is customer ID, right? So no duplicates need to be there. In this table, what is there? In this table, so no duplicate, you can perform incremental loading. In this table, there is a category ID. So, but in this table, do we have any unique values? So you may have it, but normally, even though primary key is not, so you can have a transaction number or a billing number, something like this you can have. So this table, there's no a primary key. If there is no primary key, we will not be able to have a incremental loading. Incremental loading cannot be implemented if there is no primary key. Clear? So how do you load the data? So if you wanted to load last month data, we may write where the date diff. We use that function, or sometimes what they do, they'll be loading complete data, then deleting this data again, and next month they take the complete full data because last month data got deleted, again full month. So why incremental loading only for the dimension table means dimension table data is normally will not get deleted, always it is appending. So if you have 100 rows today, tomorrow it will become 105, 110, 120. Last 20 years, 30 years customers, all the customers data, products data will be there. We are not going to delete. We are going to be deleting always the transactional table data. So here you can implement incremental, in these places we can implement incremental loading because it is having primary key. There's no primary keys in this and we are deleting the data. If you need last month data or last quarter data or whatever it is, you should be able to get the data with the help of a simple queries. Even though we don't have a primary key, we will be able to get last month data with the help of these queries. Clear? So we can write where date diff options, we can go and get the data. 1 month old data, and one column you are going to be in sale date and get date. మీకు తెలియాలి how to get the last month data అంటే, so how to get current month data is this. Last month means, right? So how to get today's data, today's sales, dd equals to 1. Okay, so sale date, today's date, so today's sales. What about yesterday's sales? Yesterday's means it is 1. 2 days back sales is this much. Okay, current week sales, current week means ww is equals to current week sales. You have to give a date and time column, current week sales, right? So last week sales, last month sales. So these are very simple. Date if you need to use last month sales, current month and January month sales is this. Okay, then I wanted to know current year sales, yy equals to 0, current year. Last year sales means this. So using a date diff functions, you will be able to get current month data, current day data, current week, current quarter. What is the current quarter sales at QQ equals to 0. Last quarter means QQ1. అర్థమవుతుందా? It is not -1, it is 1. So using this, you should be able to understand all these are interview questions. How do you get today's sales? Today's means DD. You need to have sale date equals to 0. These are interview questions. People would ask you, I need to get current month sales, last month sales, today's sales, yesterday's sales, current quarter sales, last quarter sales. అర్థమవుతుందా? So which function you're going to be using? You're going to be using a date and time function, especially date diff function with the help of this. Okay, so you have to know clearly on this, right? Why we are going to be implementing incremental loading only to the dimension table means which has a primary keys and where you will have insert, update, deletes, but in this no updates are going to come. That is one thing. No primary key also need not be maintained in this, and we will have a sale date column. Using that I will be able to get current month data or last month data, and I can dump the data very easily. Okay, so that is what you can say in the interview, right? So why only the incremental loading? You should know SSIS. So when we're talking about this incremental loading and everything, if you don't know SSIS, after attending SSIS classes, you have to clearly know what is incremental loading and everything. SSIS will start after the data warehousing is over. SSIS has lot of job opportunities. I'm telling you, if you know SQL Server and SSIS, you can apply for a job. Even though you don't know Power BI, you can learn Power BI later. So SSIS is a 1 month course. SQL Server is a 2 months course again, right? So if you know ETL plus SSIS, plenty, ETL plus SQL Server, you have a lot of jobs available in the market. If you have in a Power BI, it will get a doubled, tripled, right? You will have a more and more ETL, reporting, SQL Server, cubing, data warehousing, everything, it. So you are the hot cake, right? So there is an article yesterday, people who know multiple skills are getting more salaries. People are learning only one technology are losing the jobs. Clear? Are we learning only one or learning multiple things? We are learning data warehousing, we are learning cubing, reporting, Power BI, ETL, SSS. At a time, you are learning 5 courses. You are not a single skill guy. So always single skill guys are always in dangerous. They're in the dangerous area. So never going for a single skill. In the longer run also, you wanted to have multiple skills, and you need to be knowing from very basic level to advanced level, right? So tomorrow, after some time, 1 year or 2 years, you can also plan for Azure. We also planning to have Azure classes. If you know in-depth of Azure, you can go in for in-depth of Azure or AWS also there. So you need to slowly, go technology by technology, but not immediately. After 1 or 2 years, you can also learn AWS, Azure, because the second platform in the world is data. Data engineering is the first thing. The worldwide, you will have a couple of opportunities. So data engineering means two things there. Data engineering will have data analytics called as a business intelligence, plus you have a data science. Both of them are comes under a data engineering. Ardhamautunde. So number one worldwide is data engineering. Remember this. Okay. So under the data engineering, the first one is called data analytics. Ardhamautunde. Data analytics is also called as a business intelligence. What is the meaning of this? Reporting the past. Okay. Reporting the past is called as a data analytics or a business intelligence. Reporting the past, historical data చూపించటం. So the next one is called data science. Clear? It is also called as a machine learning, called as artificial intelligence. This is what is called predicting for future. Predicting the future. అర్థమవుతుందా? So data engineering means these two. You have a plenty of opportunities worldwide. Okay, if you wanted to go into this, it is a 3 months course. If you wanted to go into this, I told you this is a 18 months course, right? So you have to know all the SQL, data warehousing, reporting, ETL, everything you should know. People who are working for this, right? So collecting data, cleaning the data, dumping the data, storing the data, analyzing the past, predicting for the future. So everything you can do from the starting to end. One guy cannot do it, right? You'll have multiple departments. You have a choreography, music department, a dancing department, acting department. Lot of departments are available. One guy cannot do complete data engineering. ETL is one department. Reporting is one more department. SQL data warehousing is one more department. You have, networking and, maintaining the servers is a DBA department. Multiple departments are going to work for a company. So you may be working for ETL and reporting, SQL and ETL and SQL. So lot of combinations are going to be there. Clear? So data engineering is the number one. So that you have to go today. So many guys are getting, this is number one worldwide. I'm telling you, high salaries are paid in this. So highly salaries are paid in this. Knowingly, unknowingly, you are learning, continue with this. And you ask your friends, to go into data engineering for next 10, 20 years, it is there. The next one is called cloud platform. అర్థమవుతుందా? So next one is Azure. We have AWS, we have GC, Google Cloud. Lot of cloud platforms are available. We can go also into this. But since we are learning this, so the better you slowly jump. If you don't want to work in for this next 5 years you worked in, you want to move to this, then definitely you will have more and more opportunities and more, things are available. In the last Sunday book, so there is a article on Inadu magazine, Sunday magazine, Krutrima Medha, so artificial intelligence, machine learning. Clear? They're saying in every device, it has a Krutrima Medha, artificial intelligence. As soon as you wake up, and they say when you open your mobile phone, it is going to be scanning your face, right? It is going to be giving 30,000 infrared rays are going to go and scanning the face of the mobile user, and it is scanning the complete face, and it is matching with the existing face. If it is a matching, the lock is getting opened. It is a Krutrima Medha, artificial intelligence, right? So artificial intelligence is implemented everywhere today. Clear? So whenever you go to Amazon.com, for example, you wanted to buy a AC. So when you open the second time, it is going to be showing you Panasonic AC, LG ACs. So recommended policies, recommendation algorithm is been implemented. It is also part of machine learning and artificial intelligence, right? So where you should be able to, see the recommendations. Whenever you wanted to have a Pushpa movie, you wanted to songs you wanted to play. Next time when you wanted to open, it is going to be showing Pushpa, other songs. So it is going to be recommending because of one small algorithm. What is algorithm? Recommendation algorithm. Who has written? One data engineer like us. So Amazon.com tells us because of one recommendation algorithm, last 5 years, Amazon got a 20 lakhs crore extra business. Only one algorithm. So to write an algorithm, they would have invested only 1 lakh rupees. That's it. To write algorithm, they may, hire me. So 1 month or 2 months, I write the recommendation algorithm. Because of the recommendation algorithm, Amazon got a 20 lakh crore business. So that is the Krutrima method. That is what is called artificial intelligence. That is how the companies are implementing robotics, right? Driverless cars and lot of automatic signals, lot of things, right? So everywhere, even in your, the farmers are nowadays getting a lot of, IO device, the artificial intelligence devices. There's very good article. So probably you read that article. Very, very nice. Clear? So we are in the data science world. Data science was called as earlier. It is not same as, but it was called as a data mining earlier. Okay. So data mining is not 100% equivalent to data science. So data science is a very, very large and big. Data mining was some portion, but data mining, data science, machine learning, artificial intelligence, you can say more or like similar. So predicting the future, very, very interesting, guys. And you have to have good stats background, statistics background, good mathematics background. If you have it, slowly you can jump into that. Clear? So very, very good opportunities are available. So that is what you got to understand. Clear? If you want to create a proper data warehousing, you need to study existing OLTP system, and you have to know there are two machines that we need to implement. One machine is called as OLTP machine. One more machine where you have a staging database and you have Amazon data warehousing database. Now the question, how can we design this? That is the question, right? Because I have only OLTP. Now, how can we design this? This is also you have to know, right? So you already have this. So using this, you need to design a staging and we have to design a data warehousing. So these are the tables I have. So the staging database, if you want to create, so already I have designed. So in the staging, normally we never maintain primary keys and foreign keys. So if you go to here, we will maintain primary key. This is a primary key. This is a foreign key. Lot of things we maintain. అర్థమవుతుందా? So this is a primary key. This is a foreign key. We never ever maintain all the primary keys. So many times which are going to be having null values also. Clear? So we are going to be creating the same table, but naming conventions will change. అర్థమవుతుందా? So what is the table here? Category. So in the staging database, it will be having a blank database called stage category master. You will have a stage product master, same columns, same data types, everything is the same. So it is not having any kind of a primary key and foreign key. Now, this is the one script you need to run it. So when you run it, so now this script is going to be having one more database. The database is called as a staging. Already I have designed it. Not much to design. So only the same tables. Okay. So the same tables you will have. For each and every table, you need to create a blank table. So you need to have a blank table data. But how to load the data? To load the data, you have to create a package. If you have four tables, four SSS packages need to be implemented, truncate and load the data. అర్థమవుతుందా? So you will have, sorry. So let me close this and you will have Amazon stage. So what are the table names? So if you wanted to get all the tables, you can use sys.tables. What are the tables this database has? Okay. So you will be able to get sys.tables. Why it is taking a lot of time? So these are the tables we have. All the tables are going to be having blank tables. It is not working. It's taking so much of a time. Why? These tables only shown here, nothing else. Okay. I don't know. It is taking time. Okay. But if you wanted to read all the tables, you can read, but you don't have any data. You will not be able to have any data. It is a blank table. So how to load the data into the staging? You need to create a blank database first. Okay, with the same columns. Columns will not change. Table names will change, right? Column names. It is a city column. There is also city column. So only the thing is that you need to create a blank databases first. Okay, this is what designing this database. Now tomorrow we will see how to create a blank data warehouse database. Okay, so you need to create blank databases first. So only the data available in the source data. So in this, the columns are same because using these columns only, I will be able to get customer ID, customer name, customer city. If you see customer table, so same columns are available here. See? Customer ID, customer name, customer city, right? Same columns available. The data types also similar. Only the table name will change, database will change. So you have to always design a blank data basis, blank tables. Now to load the data, you have to create 4 packages, one table, one SSIS, one table, one SSIS package, 4 packages, truncate and load the data always. So once it is done, tomorrow we are going to be designing data warehouse. To design, study the existing OLTP. The second one you have to study existing reports also. What kind of a report the company is using? So you have to study that, and you need to ask future requirements apart from this report. You have any future requirements you wanted to implement in this, or future KPIs you wanted to implement, a future dashboard, the requirement, what is that you have, and any new reports you would like to have it. So tell me those requirements. So based on the existing data, existing system, and based on the current reports, current KPIs, is based on I wanted to create these things. These are not available now. I wanted to create these are not available now. So future requirements also you need to have it clear. So then you design and create. Okay, first design, then you create a data warehousing, which is a blank tables will be there. What kind of a tables we create? Blank tables will create. We create a dimension tables and fact tables. But how to load the data? Load the data using what? ETL. Then we have to design, and for the dimension tables, we have to implement incremental loading. So this may be a full loading. At so full loading we are going to be having. So to tell you why incremental loading, why not incremental loading here, I have explained the last 20-30 minutes. You need to observe. So tomorrow we create a data warehouse. So what are the tables we have now? We have 4 tables: a customer table, product table, sales table, and a category master. So using this, we have designed a blank staging. So now blank data warehouse you create, then we will also design SSIS packages. So phase number 1 and phase number 2. Phase number 1, 4 packages. For the same 4, we need to create incremental and everything in the phase number 2. So total 8 SSIS packages are going to be designed, and all the packages are going to be deployed to the data warehousing server only. So if you don't know SSIS, it is very, very dangerous. Yeah. So people would ask you how many missions I need. One OLTP mission, customer already having it. So you need to have one more mission. It is a bigger hardware. So in this mission only, we create all these databases. And in this mission, the cube is also, installed. In this machine, SSIS also will get deployed. అర్థమవుతుందా? సో టుమారో విల్ డిజైన్ దిస్ డేటాబేస్. క్లియర్ గైస్? If you have any questions, you are welcome.